Welcome back to another episode of The Good Horse, your go-to podcast for all things equine. Today, we have a special treat for you. We're diving into the world of equine events and community involvement with none other than Dallas Eaket. Dallas wears many hats in the horse world, serving as a director on the Lloydminster Agricultural Exhibition Association Board of Directors and chairing the Everything Equine Committee. From organizing events and promoting horses, Dallas is deeply involved in keeping our equine community thriving. Get ready to learn from Dallas as we sit down and chat about Everything Equine on the Border event happening in April. Let's jump right into it on The Good Horse. So Dallas, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what inspired you to make the Everything Equine event?
Growing up, horses were everywhere. We had horses all the time, and would have been about, 2017, 2018. The conversation kind of floated around our house that there wasn't much for equine programming around. So that just kind of progressed a little bit and a little bit more. And with chatting with people at the exhibition, we got an idea together. We got a committee, we got a really great committee, and we put together what was the first one. There was a lot of sleep not had before that one, stress and trying to get stuff figured out. But no, that was kind of how it come about, and it's turned into a pretty interesting show.
Oh yeah, we were there for the first one. It was super fun. So, what's your favorite part like to watch at the Everything Equine as a spectator, and then what would be your favorite part to host?
Ooh, that's a good one. To watch. I guess I'm guilty of not really sitting down and watching anything in its entirety.
Shame.
I know, it is a shame because we've had some very good presenters, clinicians, and trainers, so it does kind of suck. The Trainers Challenge is awesome. I mean, that's a good one to watch. You get to see that fast forward of everybody's program, and that's so cool. But it's also cool to, I mean, I've watched show jumping on TV, and all you see is the finished product. You don't get, and the first year we had Alexander Grayton up, who is now coaching at Spruce Meadows. So, I mean, he's kind of like the creme de la creme, I guess, of coaches, if you can say that. Wouldn't you say that?
He was a very good coach to ride with and very technical.
Yeah, and that's, so when I watch some of him, right, you see the groundwork of what it takes to get there. So that was super cool, too. There's so much to see and take in. Some of the presentations. The first year we also had a presentation on from a gal who'd worked at a racetrack, which was, again, super cool. I enjoyed that. So I can't pick a favorite. There's just too much to have. And as far as hosting, all of it. To see people gather and enjoy horses is kind of what we were all about. So to see people come together and visit, chat, enjoy, watch and enjoy, that was really, that's the the hosting part for me is everybody here to watch.
Absolutely. And then what about the application process? And who are our clinicians?
So for clinicians this year, we have Jeff Hoare, who's coming back. We had him last year. Cow horse was very well received. We brought him back for 3 sessions of cow horse. We brought Connie Dorsch in from Eastern Saskatchewan to do some jumping. She's doing 2-3 days and a 2-day. And we also have Jill Barron, who's back. She's only doing 1 session this year, and she's actually judging the Trainers Challenge, so she's doing double duty. And the application process for that, we've actually closed applications, but it's all through the Lloyd-X website, through the Everything Equine Facebook, and it all links you back to the website in the end. So just go to the website; it's easier. And we have a couple of openings left in the jumping. So if you are interested in jumping, there's still limited spots, but you're gonna have to be quick.
Yeah.
So to my understanding, the Trainers Challenge is like super popular, right?
Crazy popular, yeah.
So can you give us some insight behind like how you would pick the trainers and the horses for this challenge?
Okay, so trainers, it's kind of, we went out on a limb a couple of times. I shouldn't say a limb. They've had experience in the Trainers Challenge before. People who have done it before, people who you think might want to do it before. The first year we had Travis Beaton, and we were kind of the first one he'd done. And we went to people who had done a lot of them. Cade Mills, we've had him a couple of times, who's done a lot of them, and everywhere in between. People that we think will be interesting, fun to watch. This year, we have our returning champion, Braden Bernier from South PA, Rod Olson from Southern Alberta, and Wileen Wilson, Extreme Wileen, who's done the Mustang Makeover south of the border. She's coming up, and she's also, as well as doing the Trainers Challenge, she's going to join us Saturday night in the VIP get-together to tell us about her experiences and give us a little presentation there.
Yeah. So what are some of your short-term goals, and where do you see it going in the future?
Short-term goals, we're only a month, 6 weeks away from this year. Pull her off without a hitch. Hopefully we get some good attendance again and keep her going. Long-term goals, I mean, in an ideal world, it'd be stellar to have it build up to a level of Red Deer, right? We only have so much space, and we're kind of filling that space already, so I guess it's to have our space in demand, have our clinics in demand, which we're getting there. We had a lot of applications to sift through for Jeff and Jill, so we're gaining traction. We're getting there.
Yeah. So it's really clear that you're super passionate about this, and if you had one guest speaker or clinician, who would it be and why?
Oh, this is a tough one. Full disclosure, they sent me the questions beforehand, and this was one that for like 2 days, it's like, I don't know, because there's so much. I mean, there's so many avenues you can go down. I don't specialize in anything. So everything is super cool. Like the cow horse is awesome to watch. The jumping, like I say, is super cool to learn the technical side of it. The working equitation is something that I hadn't seen other than in YouTube before, and it's cool to watch. There's so much out there to expose to that I mean, I come from a draft world and a driving world too, right? So there's that whole aspect. It opens that up. I can't pick one. It's There are just too many. Some cool ones. I mean, I think like a cool presenter. I've watched a couple of short interviews with Buster Welch from down there, who's seen things change so much, right, in his time. I think that would be cool. Yeah, I don't know. There's too many.
Yeah, hard to choose from.
It
that's
is.
for sure.
It is.
And throughout like the past 3 years, what have you kind of seen like changed, or like what of the things you guys have like learned?
What have we learned? Lots of little stuff. I've learned that it's way nicer to go to an event and sit and watch it than put one on. They're a ton of work, and there's a whole bunch of things that you don't think of until you get there, and it's like, oh dang, somebody's got to do that. Whoa, hey, we got to do
Sometimes you
that
don't
too.
necessarily want to do it either.
Yeah, they're not glamour tasks, but it's stuff that has to happen. So, yeah, we learned there's a whole bunch of stuff that has to happen, and you're not going to please everybody. Not everybody's going to be happy all the time, so pick what's working and go with that.
Yeah. So, me and Dolly love shopping, and especially when it comes to our horses. Can you tell us a little bit about the vendors who are coming?
We have a bunch of new vendors this year. We have clothing. I think we have about 7 clothing vendors. We have, I should have brought my list with me, but we have clothing vendors, leatherwork stuff, fancy purses. Not my thing, but
yeah, exactly.
and yeah, we've got a wide variety of vendors coming again, and that list is growing daily too. So yeah, there'll be some shopping for you for sure.
When I hear fancy purses, I think of one person.
I've seen some pictures of
Oh,
some
yeah.
fancy purses, so you'll be in luck.
Oh yeah, absolute luck. And I heard about the fashion show. As an equestrian that is like model for equestrian brands, I'm really interested in that. Could you tell me more?
Again, we went over the list here, and I think we've got 8 or 9 so far. Companies, vendors in the fashion show. 1 o'clock on 1 o'clock Saturday. That's going to go down in the Dick Jones Sales Pavilion. The previous 2 years have been awesome. She's been a full house for it. It's a great opportunity for these vendors to put what they have on display and draw some traffic the rest of the day. So definitely it's something to look forward to. And if last year's any indication, it started getting to be some fun. So we involved the trainers last year, and they were having some fun with it. So
Yeah.
here's looking forward to another fun one.
So this question isn't on our list, but we ask everyone this. Before putting on this event, what is your pump-up song?
My pump-up song. Well, I do enjoy music. I don't really know that I have a pump-up song. But now I'm definitely going to have to do some work here for a pump-up song. I got nothing. I got nothing. Whatever's on the radio, I guess. We'll go with that.
Do you like any songs as a kid?
Yeah. We listen to old music. I still do. I love old music.
My pump-up song personally is Mozart.
Oh,
Don't know if you can relate.
It's all good. I don't know. Like an Eye of the Tiger is kind of cool.
Oh,
The end of the William Tell Overture in there, right, where they get to that pump up stuff in there. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoy all kinds of music, so I don't really have one. I just whatever's playing on the radio just gets me going.
Personally, fan of like Never Gonna Give You Up. Oh yeah.
No, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
you love that song until Dolly rickrolls you multiple times in a row.
There's a lot of vaccine stuff you don't know about.
Oh
my goodness.
Yeah, we're excited to have you come down and do a bit of a cast from the event. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to plug the dates, April 12th, 13, and 14. You can get tickets on the website, or you can just come down by them at the door. And the additional tickets for Wileen, they're on the website as well.
Well,
Mark your calendars.
yes, mark your calendars, because it's good stuff.
I will hunt you down.
Stop. Well, thank you for being on the podcast, Dallas, and we're pretty excited for the event. Hopefully see you guys there as well.
Jelly-o!
That wraps up another insightful episode of The Good Horse. Dallas Eaket, thank you for sharing your expertise with us today. Before we sign off, mark your calendars. The Everything Equine on the Border event is just around the corner, from April 12th to 14th. It's bound to be a weekend full of equine excitement, so be sure to save the dates. We are extra excited to be attending the Everything Equine on the Border over the 3 days. Be sure to watch our accounts for updates on when and what we will be up to.